Hello and welcome to CEO Insights. My name is Vitaly. This is the Living Organization podcast where we explore how do we manage organization in this living, agile way where organizations get adapted to the environment. With me is Jens Rom from SwipBox. He's the CEO of SwipBox. Welcome, Jens.
Thank you.
We already started to discuss this very topic. How do we create companies that grow fast, stay small, and stay adaptable? Give us some of your management philosophies on that.
Well, at SwipBox, we are exactly doing that. We are growing fast, but we also, in not too distant future, we was a small startup. So we're trying to combine best of the both worlds. With us, it's a question of empowering people. It's empowerment of people in the front line. The people who are facing the problems are the best suited to solve the problems if they have the right training and of course the right support. So that, if I should mention just one thing, that would be it: empower people.
And Jen, you worked for IKEA and some large organizations. Tell us, I really love you maybe repeat some of those, your previous CEO of IKEA, some of the sayings he had about work culture and work ethics.
Yeah, I mean, IKEA, even though it's a huge organization, and even though it's many years since I was there, I still know them quite well. And there is as long as you stay within the main concept of IKEA, then there's a huge freedom in the different parts of the organization to actually decide stuff and do stuff. Ingvar Kamprad, the founder, he created 10 commandments of IKEA, and a couple of them, as we talked about, was one is only he who sleeps makes no mistakes. Meaning that it's easy to make no mistakes if you do nothing. And he also said in IKEA, it should be easier to obtain forgiveness than permission. So go do stuff, make mistakes, learn from the mistakes, and go on. That was his learning.
Wow, how wonderful. And how does that, I mean, maybe let's look how is that now, how you're applying some of those methodologies. By the way, SwipBox is, tell us just a couple of words about what the company does. So that we...
SwipBox are building and delivering parcel locker networks to relatively large parcel distributors in all over the world. The main thing for our locker networks is the way they're managed. It's the user friendliness, and all of that is based on the software we are developing. So in SwipBox, we're a little under 200 people, and 2/3, almost 3/4, are IT engineers. That's how much effort we put into the software. Because when you have a dumb box made of metal, the only way you can make it nice and make a good user experience is to put some nifty software into it, so it's easy to deal with, to manage for the postal company, but also to access your parcel as a consumer.
And how you applying some of those self-management, self-organizing principles? How are you finding it? Because you have so many people in so many different places. How is that working for you?
Yeah, we try to stay close to one another. Sort of this is just a little thing, but every week we have a SwipBox check-in where a relatively large number of people call into a 1-hour meeting and say, how's it going there? And we from headquarters can kind of explain what's happening in with us and what to expect, and they report in from the field, so to speak, what's happening here, and we're trying to combine the stuff. And if issues come up, there's a customer unhappy about this and that, it's difficult to get through quality with this, then we can resolve the problem there and then. A problem is never raised in a SwipBox check-in without either been solved on the spot, not so often maybe, or somebody is assigned with the problem. So it's never left hanging in free air.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like almost an agile methodology of stand-ups and weekly check-ins, reviews, right? So adopting the best
Yeah, I mean,
practice.
it's nothing other than, in freight terminals or wherever, you have the whiteboard meetings,
Yeah.
where you step together in 15 minutes and just check everything's okay. So it's nothing more than that.
It's nothing more than that structurally, but it sounds like there's more in it philosophically in terms of like, hey, if there's a problem, let's get together as a team and let's put all of our minds together. We're a team together. Let's solve it together, not just individual, right? It has that ethos, right? Mm-hmm.
Exactly, exactly that. Because that's another thing from IKEA that I brought with me from IKEA. There's no one bigger than the company, and sometimes pride can be an obstacle. Pride is good sometimes, but sometimes it can be an obstacle. If you make a mistake, first thing to do is learn from it. Second is to admit it and let's get on resolving it. And these meetings on the Wednesday mornings, the one thing that can make me upset if people are trying to hide a problem because they have made a mistake. That's not acceptable. Making a mistake is acceptable, but once something's gone wrong, then we go together as a team and solve it, and we don't spend time passing blame. That's not part of the.
Yeah. This is I heard that no shame, no blame. Get it out
Exactly.
there. You'll
Yeah,
always be
yeah,
supported.
yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow. Wonderful, gents. Thank you so much. Thank you for your wisdom. I really wish you, but I think you're only at the beginning. I have a sense that this company is going to grow big. Just my gut sense, because I work with companies like yours, and then the market itself is still fairly new and there's a lot of demand, but also just your approach, how you're approaching it. I think it's the right approach, given I've done literally 800 interviews over the last 5 years of top companies, top growth companies. And this is exactly what I heard is team spirit, working together, people taking ownership. No one is bigger than the company. So you've got every one of those so far.
Yeah, thank you.
It's my pleasure. I hope to have you again on the show.
Okay, absolutely.